Greetings and welcome to the Sovo Vlog. I'm Dean Herring, and in this episode we thought we would provide you a wrap-up from the Front End of Innovation Conference that we attended last week in Boston. For those of you joining us from the future, that would be May 22nd through 24th, 2006. First thing we did was catch up with Deborah Hatcher, who's a member of the conference staff, to find out from her what they'd hoped we'd accomplish by participating in the conference. How are you?
Good to see you.
Deborah is our main contact here at the show. She makes sure the whole thing runs fabulous. What do you want people to accomplish by coming to the conference? What's the biggest thing you want them to walk away with?
The biggest thing they tell us that they want to walk away with is really networking.
In addition to networking, the conference had an all-star lineup of speakers. If you're looking for some of the best innovation books to read, you can't go wrong with the authors they had here. For example, Tom Kelly from IDEO gave a great talk about the people you need to innovate. We like both his book the talk was based on, The 10 Faces of Innovation, and his first book, The Art of Innovation. Both these books are a great read if you're interested in innovation. And I found out that Tom's a really nice guy to talk to as well. Clayton Christensen gave some great examples from his book. He used one of my favorites, How to Build a Better Milkshake, based on what people are trying to accomplish by hiring the milkshake, rather than just attributes of a person or the demographics they belong to. I had a chance to speak with Dr. Christensen, and he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. One of my colleagues didn't get me speaking with him, but he did get this great footage of Dr. Christensen's back. Renee Momborn captivated the audience with her work on blue ocean strategies. She, like Tom Kelly and Clay Christensen, were interesting to speak with as well, and she really has a passion for trying to make sure that people put this stuff into practice. If you haven't read her book, Blue Ocean Strategy, you really should. It's got some terrific practical advice on how to create new market space, those are the blue oceans, rather than competing in existing crowding spaces, which are the red oceans. The other keynote speakers were great as well. Eric von Hippel presented some new work based on his book, Democratizing Innovation. Read this one if you want to know how to build things based on lead users, which are people who have already solved the problems you have by building something themselves. The beauty of it is you can get this whole book online absolutely free, which is pretty good because if you try and borrow the copy that I bought, you have to suffer through all the highlights and notes I wrote in the margins and all that junk. Get it online, get it for free. It's a great example of open innovation. Burt Rutan's talk was just plain inspirational. It was awesome. It was probably my favorite one in the whole conference. In addition to building an innovative plane a year, including Spaceship One that won the X Prize and Richard Branson's plane that flew around the world on a single tank of gas, he had some great insights to share on the work that has to be done to inspire our kids so we have the next generation of innovators. It was just terrific. Focus area talks were good as well. Those are the smaller sessions you attend. Janine Ray of Peer Insight did a good job of talking about innovation in the service area, and since 80% or so of our economy comes from services, this was a good topic to cover at the conference. The conference also had some excellent panels as well. I enjoyed the one that was moderated by Evan Schwartz, who wrote Juice. He had Rodney Brooks, who's done some amazing things with small little robots at MIT, as well as being the Chief Technical Officer for iRobot Company that makes those little Roomba robots to clean your house. The other member of the panel was Burt Rutan. It was fun to hear Dr. Brooks and Mr. Rutan talk about their approaches to innovation since they come from completely different backgrounds and approach things in different ways. As Deborah said, the conference provided ample time to network. In between sessions, people would pour out and gather. We had a chance to talk to a number of them, and I caught up with Joyce Wyckoff, whose innovation network includes a lot of top-name inventors. I asked Joyce for her thought.
I hear a lot of people having responsibility for innovation, being called maybe the Chief Innovation Officer.
We're pulling for Chino.
But there's a whole lot of people who have no staff, no resources, and are still being told, go forth and make innovation happen.
Right.
I still see a whole lot more talk than walk.
Right.
Very few organizations are actually trying to create a conscious competence of innovation.
Okay.
They're still trying to figure out what it is. They're trying to buy some tools. They're trying to buy some systems.
Trying to find the guy that had the bright idea before and eke 3 more ideas out of him.
That's right. That's right. So our thing right now is we think everybody in the organization should know how to create value. And that's our definition of innovation. And if we had everyone in an organization who knew how to create value, then perhaps more than 4% of our innovation projects would be succeeding, which would be a very nice thing.
Right. We spoke from a number of other people from industry, everybody from snack foods to insurance, consumer goods to telecom, appliance manufacturers to credit card companies. Our conclusions from speaking with these folks over the 2 days include: companies all over the spectrum are innovating. Some have formed innovative organizations with anywhere from 1 to 15 people. Others are doing it within existing organizations, and still others are doing it individually. Some are focused completely on new markets. Some are innovating to breathe life into existing business lines. Last year at this conference, you had to convince people that innovation was something they needed to do. This year, it's a given. The question is not if, it's how. I hope this vlog has been helpful to you in getting a quick pulse of where the front end of innovation is today. It was really exciting for us to see so many companies who had all gathered together to talk about managing innovation as a business process. For OVO Innovation, this is Dean Herring signing off. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.